Welcome back. Now, amid the Russia-Ukraine truce, talks that may happen, the Irish ambassador has spoken 2 times now on this, asserting that Ireland stands with Ukraine. As we have seen, a host of other countries in the EU also extending their support to Ukraine.
The world is going through a lot of change. Europe is in center again, be it the Ukraine crisis or the global trade. Europe is being looked at from all the corners of the world to ensure that what is Europe going to do. We have with us His Excellency Kevin Kelly, the Ambassador of Ireland to India. Thank you, Ms. Kelly, for joining us here in New Delhi. Let's start with Ireland first. You have St. Patrick's Day coming on 17th. What are the plans here in New Delhi?
Well, thank you very much for coming in to visit just before St. Patrick's Day. So for us, St. Patrick's Day is more than just a national holiday. It's actually a global holiday where we celebrate the global Irish all around the world. And what's very interesting is that most of our government ministers will be travelling to every city in the world, visiting leaders, having talks, promoting our country. So just as we speak, our Prime Minister is in Washington, D.C. and preparing himself for a meeting in the White House, in the Oval Office, with President Trump. So it's one day every year that a small little country, Ireland, we basically dominate life in Washington, D.C. between meetings in Congress, meetings with the President, and of course with the very large Irish community that's in America. Here in India, I'm really happy to say we'll also have a very busy programme. We have a senior cabinet minister, James Lawless. He's our Minister for Further and Higher Education. He'll be travelling to India on a mission. He'll be travelling to Mumbai, to Delhi, and we will finish his visit in Chennai. And we have a whole programme of activities.
India is a country which has met both the sides. Prime Minister was in Moscow in July. Prime Minister was in Ukraine, in Kyiv in September. How do you see India's role in this whole crisis? What do you expect India, what is Europe expecting from India when it comes to the situation and what India could do?
Well, this was very much part of the discussions that my foreign minister had with Dr. Jaishankar last week in Dublin. We believe, of course, India as a rising power, as the largest democracy in the world, brings a huge amount of moral leadership in terms of being able to resolve the biggest conflicts in the world, including in this one. And because India has managed to maintain a relationship with Russia, and has also, as you said, Prime Minister Modi has taken the time to visit Kyiv, and I know that India has provided humanitarian support to Ukraine, that we do believe that India can also be another strong voice in terms of working towards a ceasefire. But this ceasefire has to be, and this is our position, it has to respect the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of Ukraine.
So last question, and that would be addressing the elephant in the room. Tariff war, tariff narrative is something that is being discussed, that is being debated, and that is being feared as well in many parts of the world. As you mentioned that your Prime Minister is already in Washington, would be meeting President Trump anytime soon once the day begins there. What is Irish view toward these tariffs, and how is European Union, Europe as a continent, looking at this whole tariff narrative being set by Washington?
Okay, so a lot of very important questions there. Like you said, within a matter of hours, my Prime Minister, our Taoiseach, will be sitting with President Trump. And of course, they'll be celebrating the fact that President Trump created March to be the Irish America Month. They'll be celebrating the 30 million Irish people who, in America, or Americans who claim Irish ancestry. But also, he'll be talking about trade, and he'll be talking about the substantial economic relationship that Ireland as a small country enjoys with the US. our economic relationship, we estimate, is worth almost €1 trillion per year. We're the 6th largest investor in terms of foreign direct investor into the United States. And, you know, Irish companies are employing over 700,000 people in the US. So in terms of, we want to see that trade continue. We are a small country, but we're a small, open market. We have grown from being one of the poorest countries in the EU when we joined to now being one of the most successful, and that's because we believe in free trade. We think that tariffs can be counterproductive. We're against protectionism, but we believe that, I know that our Prime Minister will be making the strong case to President Trump that, you know, we want to maintain that kind of open relationship that exists between Ireland and the US, but also between the European Union and the US.